Good morning, welcome to today's video with Jimmy F's Garage. Did you already do the intro?
No, I haven't done this yet. What's up, guys? So last night, me and Mr. Mike, Mr. Divine over here,
Hey,
we went to Crispy's video release party and it was sick. So just want to give you a heads up. If you want to go check it out, you should go check it out. Go Crispy's channel, video link in the description. Awesome video, it was badass. Crispy, thanks for the party.
it was fucking awesome.
It was awesome. We're hurting today.
It was a
though.
good.
Yeah, no.
A little too much partying, boys.
A little too much sun.
Sounds like fun.
All right, so of course you guys know we've been getting a lot of sub mail lately, which has actually been pretty fun. And it looks like 2 packages actually showed up yesterday, so I went and grabbed them.
Yeah, alright, you want me to open it?
Where's it from, by the way? I don't
It's
think
from New Zealand, man.
Zealand?
That's sick.
Yes.
What do they call you guys? Augies? Or is that
I don't know.
We always mess up the New Zealand versus Australia. Don't be mad at us. We're from like 25,000 miles away. All right, new miss from New Zealand. That's pretty slick.
We got a t-shirt.
Starting off with a t-shirt. There's a lot of shirts. I don't want to drop one. These are for you, dude.
Ooh.
What is this?
15 gang?
15 gang? Looks pretty sick. White. You're gonna have to wear that somewhere special. 15 gang.
Oh, that's
Pretty
a cool
dope.
sticker.
One more thing.
Oh, there we go.
One more item here. It's a shift knob.
Oh, nice.
Nissan. It says Nissan.
No, it doesn't really.
It does right there.
No way. That's pretty badass.
We gotta do some research about this shift knob, but it's pretty dope looking. Looks like legit carbon fiber to me. It's just missing whatever went there. That's sweet. Thank you. We'll find out who you are in a second.
So the knob came from Japan in my 96 Type S 180SX.
That's sick.
That is really sick. That's a cool story. I like that. That's got
Yeah,
some
yeah,
sentimental value between it. I like that. That's actually really cool. He says, I believe it's part of a rare carbon surround and shifter option. That's awesome. The Instagram is at 15gang with a V, just like the shirt. Cool. Alex, thank you so much. It's really cool. Shirts are awesome. Shift knobs, really cool too, and we really appreciate it.
I'll tell you what, they have the same paper in New Zealand.
All right, so we got another one. We got a thing of trash bags, actually. What do we got here? Oh shit!
What is this? Car Parts Center console.
Bro,
Yo,
this is a missing piece right here.
where'd you get that?
Sub sent it.
No!
Yeah.
Shout out to him. What's his at?
Corey told.
No way.
Corey Towel.
You're messing with me.
I think this. It looks like.
out of
it.
an S13. No, dude.
I think.
Yo. Shout out to them. Thank you.
Dude, missing piece of the i32 right here.
Came with sticker.
Oh, even better. You gotta put it
Only
there.
came with big facts.
Shout out Corey Towel from Montreal, Canada. Just passed off on the drill tube. Nice.
This is me, like, thug hug through the cam, you know?
That is awesome height. That's gonna like really bring the 32 together, the interior wise.
Jesus
And
Christ.
then he sent us a t-shirt
surprise.
from his, it says car crew in band. So only human.
It's actually really cool.
Yeah.
It's a
I
really
like
good
that
design.
logo. It's nice,
Very
nice
balanced.
lettering.
Better. A lot better.
Wow, it does so much for the car. Alright, there you go, guys. R32 center. Huge hookup. These are not easy to find in the States.
Thank you guys.
Damn, that looks so good now. Shout out Hot Pockets. Nice. Today's a big day. Why is it a big day, B-Hall?
Oh, this guy is gonna go hit the rollers with that guy.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah. So, I mean, what are you gonna do? Your plan is to get it down on the ground, off the lift.
Do that.
Idle the thing, make sure there's no extra leaks that you didn't come up with the last time.
Usually our go-to move is we'd street tune it a little bit first, get it all smoothed out, save some dyno time, because there's a lot of just like trial and error stuff. There's a lot of just like smoothing things out, going through the map, and
We also don't want to waste time strapping it down on the rollers just to find out there's another issue we could have found out on the road.
yeah, exactly, in 2 seconds. And since it isn't registered or anything, we can't really do that, and we can't really get much done in the parking lot. So
Here we go.
big moment. Let's see if the clutch works.
All right. Give her the heat. Hey. Good. Hell yeah.
It's weird to see it move, right?
Yeah, hey, it's outside. When's the last time it's been outside?
Hell yeah, dude. I hope, like, if we could just drive this thing on a dyno and it'd be fine, that's sick, because, you know, who needs a shakedown, right? Fingers crossed. It looks good outside, dude. I can't wait to wash it today. I gotta finish out the headlight. Low-key love this car way too much. All right, let's bleed the coolant.
This is by far a seriously wonderful, cheap, but extremely effective method.
I think they're like 25 bucks at Napa.
Yeah.
This, yeah, definitely like the most like efficient way to bleed your coolant. This thing's filthy. This thing's so nice because you can fill this whole thing up with coolant, and it puts the fluid level at the highest point above the engine, which forces all the air in the system to come out, because of course, lighter densities always rise. So we should be good to go. Wish me luck.
Good luck. I'll see you later.
All right, guys, so I think we're ready to do our first pull. So of course, we're gonna make sure the fueling is all good. Once the fueling's all good, then we can go and start messing with some timing and go from there. So we'll see how it goes. This could potentially be a pain in the ass, but I'm excited. Awesome.
What do you think?
It overboosted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what that wastegate set for. 155.
I had the boost cut at 185 kPa, which is around like 12 psi, and I thought the wastegate would be like 7 psi, but I guess I just looked it up again, and it's 12 psi. So there's some fault in the map sensor, could have caused it. So I'm gonna bring it up and do another pull, but it hit 12 psi quick. Yeah.
You know what that means, right? It means she's trying to fuck you.
She's trying to fuck. First date. Let's go again.
You ready to go?
Ready to go.
All right.
There's so much to look at on your first pull. I'm just like, that's what data logging's for. That was cool. I brought the limiter down a lot.
Yeah.
So it sounded like, as you could tell, it didn't sound like it revved out too high.
Yeah.
189.
Not bad at all.
Not bad first pull. Yeah. So that was 12 psi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Right here is the fueling, and as you can tell, right here is basically when we come into boost, and it's flat. This is very rich, so I gotta bring this up, but that's not where your power, that's just drivability, so we'll worry about that after.
Yeah.
But right here, under full throttle, it's flat for the most part. And it's about, the dyno is usually about 0.5 off, which means right here, 12.0. So that's 11.5 right there, basically.
Yeah.
Held flat. Right there, second pull.
That's awesome.
A theoretical VE, like, I'm pretty happy, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, clean up a little bit, put some more timing into it, and see what it does.
Woo! Hell yes. That's awesome. Woo! 205.
205?
205.
Cool. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Woo! 205.
205?
205.
Cool. That's cool.
That's awesome.
We noticed, like, I thought it sounded a little shortcut, but it's only revving out to $5,000 and cutting off.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy.
So you should be able to get some more power out of it.
I should be able to get, yeah, a decent amount more. I don't know why it's falling off at $5,000, because it's very clear cut $5,000. So
Yeah.
like, there has to be some type of limiter on, but I turned everything off, so.
Right.
It looks like the launch control was turned on and it was set for $5,000. the switch that enables it wasn't technically turned on, but it's kind of a weird coincidence that that's at 5,000 and it's breaking up at 5,000. So I guess let's try it again.
Oh yeah.
234.
What the fuck? Dude,
That's awesome.
That is so sick. No way.
That's awesome.
That's a lot more nut in that
Yeah.
one. That was good news. That was cool.
Awesome.
All right, let's go look at this graph, see what it looks like.
No.
234. That's pretty good.
You would be even better than that.
What?
235.
I think it's there. I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's there. I put more timing in it 2 pulls ago, and it picked up power, but it didn't pick up at like a good amount of power to justify putting the timing in it.
Right.
Because when you add the timing, the cylinder pressures go up, and it gets more dangerous, and things get sketchy. So I think I'm gonna pull 2 degrees of timing out of it, clean up the fuel a little bit, and call it. It should. So I think we're gonna end up on the road at like 228.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, for sure.
On a little T28.
You made 0.5 more horsepower.
That's good, and I took timing out. That's
Yeah.
good. The Miata has a variable intake cam, so we could actually change the degree of the cam. That's what the VVTi is.
Yeah.
And with the BMW, they have a Vano, so it's on or off. So it's like full advance, full retard. So that's easy. You try it full on, you try it full off, and you see where it likes it. This, you could ramp it in at certain degrees. So I had it ramp in faster down low, and I had it ramp basically really fast and lowered up high, kind of how like the Vanos liked it.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it liked it because it made more power on less timing. All right, so we ramped the cam timing in a lot faster down low. But as you can see, last time, this is like 2,000 RPMs lower. Look how much it picked up right here, like down low. I mean, that's almost 13 horsepower down low. And you'd really feel that.
Oh yeah.
So that's cool. I'll put a little bit more in it, blend it out better, and I think we're good to go. But 235, that's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah. Since this one's official, Kenny printed it out for me, and we can hang it up on the wall, and I'm super excited. Gotta clean it up a little bit up top with the fueling and everything, and blend the maps a little better when I have some free time. But as far as the dyno goes, we're done. Now we gotta work on the streetability stuff on the road, but we'll wait for that when we register the damn thing. So
For now, I think it needs a bath.
yeah, it deserves one now.
It actually deserves a bath. This will be the only clean car you have. Anytime, guys.
That shit was fast, dude.
Yeah.
As far as the Miata goes, just because all of the power is so like mid-range, because RJ's all top end. All that power is in the middle, and it fucking hammers, dude. I might have to somehow tune that down because Steph was gonna get in so much trouble. Did you see it? Did you see it spin second?
No, I
It
didn't.
spun second.
That's crazy.
Dude, that's only a Miata can make 230 horsepower feel fast as shit. But oh my god.
Wow.
232, 234.
That's impressive.
That's exactly what we said it was going to be. 230 horsepower was the goal.
It's fast because look at where it comes in, all mid-range. RJ's was all top end.
How was the tuning the variable valve timing? Easy?
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah.
It's like, wow, that is exactly what we said it was going to be. That was
what we were hoping
100% was the goal, was 230 horsepower on the dot, and you improved that by 4.
Dude, like,
That's great.
it's safe timing and everything. Like,
and it's safe.
RJ's is on kill.
Yeah, and he makes what?
220.
220, so.
So I'm not hating on RJ's Miata, by the way. It's a good
No,
comparison.
this is 0.2 liters bigger,
Yeah,
and
smaller
it has
turbo.
variable valve timing.
Dude,
with
I can't get over how fast it feels. Like,
and it must be. It's extremely like it looks pretty linear. How's the boost come on? Not too hard, but it's nice.
it comes on quick, so there's not a lot of lag. I can't wait through. Like, I wanted to like take you for a drive, but it's not registered. I'm gonna get in trouble, dude. That thing is quick. Steph's
drive.
Steph's in for a treat.
Have you done a video in car?
No.
All right, so you have to do that.
Let's go sit down for a little bit because I'm all stoked up. This is crazy. I forgot that one.
I'm working on my girlfriend's wonderful Audi, which I love doing so much.
It's a good color.
It's a great color. Jaspis green.
All right, how's this going? It's been kind of a minute.
So this side's going a lot better. Yo, guys, just relax. I was getting hot. I was getting excited. I was getting mad as heck.
He needs a chain, dude.
You do need to go.
Yo, that VVS status. Drew! Sheesh. Sheesh.
Oh.
Yo, quiet on set.
You were just like walking down.
Yeah, dude.
Every time I go skiing with Brian, he just tries to find
I still definitely, I don't know if you guys can see me, but I still definitely want to work with some of like, there has to be a light in here. There's definitely a few functions I got to dial on the tune before I like, you know, say it's all set, because I want this thing to run and drive as if it's just like a perfect OEM car. It takes a couple cranks to start. I want it to start right away. Just dumb stuff like that I'm just gonna sit and bang out one day, but for now, I'm happy to bang out the dyno stuff, the wide open throttle stuff, and just go from there. But such an awesome car. All right, guys, it's late. It's been a long day. The garage is nice and clean. It's a good way to end the day, and still really excited on how the whole dyno experience went on the NB Miata. So of course, you guys know we did the 1.8T VVTi motor out of like a 01 to 05 NB Miata, and we have the CX Racing T28 turbo kit on it. They give you the option, you can get a T28 kit, or you could do like their T3 kit, which is, I guess you can just consider more of like a 30 trim versus like a T28 if you want to compare it. I went with the T28 because I knew this was going to be more of like a round town car, something that I wanted more mid-range to really hammer on, not have to live up in the RPMs. And so this graph shows I chose the perfect sized kit for this, because though we didn't make a crazy number, the way the power comes in is just so aggressive and so raw, it makes the car feel so fast. I mean, look at how the torque just comes in so hard, and before it falls off, the horsepower picks it right back up and continues on. So the way it just hammers on and holds, the car feels ridiculous. I'm so happy on how everything came out. The tuning process was so smooth and easy. Everything went great, and it definitely hammers a lot harder than I would expect it to hammer for 12 PSI, especially such a small turbo. So exhausted all day, but today was a sick ass day. So with that, we're going to end it. So of course, huge shout out to Kenny today for being so patient with me on the dyno. And of course, huge shout out to Alex and Corey for the sub mail today. International viewers, it's pretty badass. And of course, CX Racing for the turbo kit, because I mean, that thing hammered today. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
I'm cold-hearted and broke. I cold-started and choke. I grow part with my soul. The vote harder to grow. I know why. Hey, I know why. Hey, yeah. I'm cold-hearted and broke. I cold-started and